today's video is going to be a review of the Mercier foundations. I'm going to do the Mineral Powder Foundation, the Illuminating Tinted Moisturizer, and their new Cream Smooth Foundation. So I'm going to start off with the Mineral Powder Foundation. I have it in the Tender Rose. It comes with an SPF of 15, and I'm going to read a lot of the information that I found about it. The first thing is the ingredients. Primarily it has in it zinc oxide, a pearl powder, mica, bismuth oxychloride, titanium dioxide, and iron oxide. Now, interesting about iron oxide, it's actually traceable back to Roman times, and it's basically a coloring agent. So initially you might say, well, that's not too many ingredients, so that's probably good things. And in some cases it is, but in this case it's a sort of double-edged sword. So what happens is if there aren't other ingredients they put in, such as fillers, that what they are putting in, they have to put in higher concentrations. And I think that's probably why some of you have been experiencing and letting me know about some of the reactions that you've had from using the mineral powder. So the one chemical in particular is this bismuth oxychloride. Now, the interesting thing is that this is actually in a lot of makeup already, but again, it's in a much lower concentration, so even though you have it in makeup and have never had a reaction to it, it's very possible that if you buy this foundation or a foundation similar to it that has a higher concentration of this chemical, you could have a reaction to it. So here are the few basic things that this chemical does. First, it gives makeup that smooth, silky feeling on your skin. Secondly, it actually adheres to your skin, so it gives it that staying power. Next, it gives your skin that nice light sheen. It's also light reflecting, so it hides imperfections and wrinkles. And probably the most important thing is that it's cheap. So by itself, it's actually not a safe chemical. It has to be refined before it becomes safe and can be used in makeup. And basically what they do is they remove the lead, they chlorinate it, then they add water to it. I think it's called hydrolysis. And then after they've done all of these different processes to it, then it's definitely safe and it is approved by the FDA. Now the bad side about this chemical is that if you do have a reaction to it, it can cause the following. It can cause rashes, redness, itching, inflammation, and I've read a ton of sites that say that if you have acne or if you have rosacea, you definitely shouldn't use a product that has this in it. So having said all that, I have to tell you my feeling on the product. I actually like this product a lot, and I was really sorry that I ended up having a reaction to it. And I like it for a few reasons, but primarily the reason I like it is because it's so light. I'm one that really likes a very light foundation, and there are a lot of times in the summer especially where I won't use foundation at all. I'll use a concealer, I'll hit any kind of brown spots or red spots, I'll do my contouring, my blush, my eye makeup, everything else, but I'll try to leave off the foundation when I can. And so when I got this and tried it, I really liked it because it was really light. And I also got a lot of compliments on my skin when I was using it. But what happened was that after a few days, I started to do this. And then I started to do this. And then I really started to scratch my face because it was really, really bothering me. So I read a little bit more about it, and I found out that not only does this chemical have this kind of reaction in certain skin types, but besides that, it's also increased by heat and humidity, and of course we've had one of the hottest humid summers around. You may have heard Lisa D1 talking about it a few videos ago, that she was actually out on vacation with her family and she was walking around, it was very warm and she was sweating, and sweating actually is something else which will cause the chemical to react again on your skin. And she said it got so bad that she actually had to take her makeup off while she was out and about and had nothing else to replace it with, but didn't care because she needed to get off her face. That's how much it was bothering her. So after having that reaction, I decided I wasn't going to use it. I did try to use it as sort of like a finishing powder, so use less of it, but I was still scratching, maybe not as much, but I still was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that come the winter when it's a lot cooler out, it's definitely not humid, of course, that I'm going to try it again, and I'm hoping that it's going to work, because I have to say, for anybody out there that does not have a reaction to this chemical, this is definitely a great foundation, and if you can try it, you should definitely give it a try. So the next foundation I'm going to review is the Tinted Moisturizer, the Illuminating one, and this comes with an SPF of 20, and I have this in the Natural Radiance. Now for this product there are really too many ingredients to list, so I'm going to tell you basically what's in it. The first one is for UVB protection, the second one is for UVA protection, and the third main ingredient is water. Now the rest of the ingredients are silicones, emulsifiers, emollients, moisturizers. It has vitamin C and E in it. It has different skin conditioning, skin softening, and skin lightening ingredients in it. It has, of course, preservatives in it, and it has coloring agents, that same iron oxide and also tin oxide. So I have to say overall this was probably my favorite foundation. Now I have to tell you that it is very, very shining because, you know, it is illuminating, and they do have one that's not illuminating, and so you do have a choice if you go to the counter wanted to check them out, but I like the illuminating one. And so what I do is I put on, again, a very light application. I put it all over my face, and I've actually been using my fingers. I really like that a lot. You can use your fingers or a sponge, which is what they recommend. And then I've been finishing it off with my Makeup Forever HD High Definition Powder. And I've been using my NYX brush. It's the B08 fan brush. A little of the product, and I pretty much have just been doing the T-zone, but just to cut down a little bit on the shine. And it really sets it really nicely, and I've worn it the whole day. And as I said, I really think that this is probably my favorite of the three. The last foundation is the Cream Smooth Foundation. I have it in the Warm Ivory. It looks like this. I think it's very similar to the Maybelline Dream Smooth Mousse. Now this is recommended for normal to dry skin, and I think one of the best things about it is that it comes in 12 different shades. So again, there are a lot of ingredients, definitely too many to mention, so I'll just give you sort of a quick overhaul of what's in there. So the first thing, of course, is water. It has emollients in it, silicones, it has argan oil in it, emulsifiers, it's got skin softening and conditioning, it's got all different kinds of moisturizers in it, it has vitamin E in it, and it has different coloring agents in it. Again, that iron oxide and tin oxide, I think, is in this one also. This also has titanium oxide in it for sunscreen. So overall, I have to say, I have a sort of mixed feeling on this. I really like it, but I'm not sure that I would repurchase it. And the reason I'm saying that is that I would say this is probably a medium to full coverage, although you can make it into a lighter coverage. Now, they recommend that you use a sponge or that you use your fingers. I've been using a sponge. I wet it down really well. I take a little bit of the product, and I've been sort of stippling it, dabbing it over my skin and working it in that way. So if you use a really small amount, you can get a lighter effect, but it's really buildable, which is really the great thing about it. And I have to say that in all the times that I've used it, I didn't use any concealer. I didn't feel that I needed any other kind of concealer because I was able to do all the work just with this product on its own. So having said that, the reason that I'm not sure that I repurchase again, actually there are two reasons. The first is it's a little bit heavy for me, so I have to try it a little bit more into the winter and see if I like it more through the colder months. And the second thing is that it's $50. So I did a side-by-side comparison between this and the Dream Smooth Foundation from Maybelline. So many ingredients that were the same. Now for those of you out there that will start saying, well, listen, you can find the same ingredients in a lot of different products, but that doesn't mean it's the same. That's very true. There can be different percentages in different products, but I have to say that if you get both of them, put them side by side and compare them, sure, there'll be a difference. But is there a difference enough to warrant a difference between under $9 for the Maybelline to $50 for this? I'm not sure. Overall, I did like the foundation. It probably won't be my HG foundation. Again, I'm not sure that I'll repurchase it. I definitely will work with it a little bit more through the winter. So to recap, I really did like the Mineral Powder Foundation. I just had a reaction to it on my skin. If you don't have a reaction to that chemical, you should definitely give it a try. It is a great foundation. I did like it. I'm keeping my fingers crossed again that I will be able to use it again. Definitely love the Illuminating Tinted Moisturizer. If you don't like illuminating properties in your moisturizer, then definitely check out their Tinted Moisturizer. And lastly, their Cream Foundation. I will say they did a great job with this. Definitely check out the Maybelline because I think you'll find that it's very similar, but this is a great product. If you like Laura Mercier, you'll definitely love this. So that's my reviews. I hope everybody enjoyed that. I hope you're having a great Labor Day weekend or upcoming Labor Day weekend. On the East Coast, we're starting to get ready for Earl, and thankfully we heard this morning that they have changed it from a level 4 down to a level 3, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed because the latest weather reports does show that it is heading our way and it is going to hit our coastline. So hopefully it will weaken, and to everybody out there that's in its path, please stay safe. Don't do anything foolish. We love you all, and we don't want anything to happen. So take care, everybody. Speak to you soon.